Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to be discussing the current arrest of Brian Steele, the attorney for Young Thug. So I watch trials a lot, as many of you know, and some of you watched them with me, and a very interesting situation happened yesterday, Monday. So basically, I'm going to read the article about what happened and also give my thoughts because I witnessed it firsthand on the stream. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, arrested for alleged contempt of court reports. Before I go any further, I'll explain that there's a lot of situations going on in this trial where there's corruption from the state and corruption from the judge, and everyone deserves a fair trial, and especially if someone didn't do something wrong, they should have a fair trial. And if they did do something wrong, they should have a fair trial. Especially if they did something bad. Why has there have to be shady things going on? Doesn't make any sense. And basically, Steele thought what he was doing was correct. And the judge disagreed with this. And now I will completely explain what occurred. An attorney representing Young Thug in the rapper's ongoing RICO trial has reportedly found himself embroiled in his own legal troubles. Attorney Brian Steele was taken into custody on Monday for alleged contempt of court, according to WSB-TV, Fox 5, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and also from your favorite alien spaceship. And basically, yeah, this is absolutely true. And he did bring him out briefly afterwards, so they put him in incarceration, then they brought him back out for the rest of the day. And the judge was like, if you tell me who told you this information, I'll let you go. And then he did it later on, and Steele, very brave, held his ground to defend his client because he didn't want to violate the attorney-client privilege, and he stood up for his beliefs, and he would defend his client to the death. And I think with everything, it's good to, if you believe in something, it's good to defend it, and it's good to, stand and die on that hill for what you believe. Steele was apprehended by the courtroom deputies after the lawyer refused to disclose to the judge, Ural Ganville, how he learned of a private meeting between the prosecutors in the case. You got some information you shouldn't have gotten, Ganville told Steele, per the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So basically, Steele thought that they should have been notified, not known, but notified, and been there present about this information. Again, alluding to the corruption of the state. And I remember Steele just walked in and he was just like, in this scene of the trial, and he just mentioned what the information he acquired. And then the snowball effect happened from there. USA Today has reached out to representatives for the Steele firm and Young Thug for comment. Young Thug on trial. Rapper's song, Lifestyle, played in court as Atlanta rapper faces RICO charges. Following Judge Ganville's order, court footage provided by Fox 5, and WSB-TV shows Steele removing articles of clothing, such as his suit, jacket, and tie, as the attorney is taken into custody. Before leaving the courtroom, Steele told Ganville that Young Thug did not want to continue the trial without his presence. You are removing me against his will, my will, and you're taking away his right to counsel, he said to the judge. Also, Brian Steele defends Young Thug. Lawyer says rapper's stage name stands for Truly Humble Undergod. Just a fun fact. Young Thug faces a racketeering trial in Atlanta after the rapper was accused of co-founding a violent criminal street gang and using his music to promote it. Court proceedings resumed in January following a delay in December 2023. YSL rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, has been charged with violating Georgia's anti-racketeering and gang laws, among other alleged offenses. A Fulton County grand jury indicted Young Thug in May 2022. A second indictment in August 2022 accused Young Thug and 27 other people of conspiring to violate Georgia's Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, known as RICO. That's something the RICO wasn't completely sure what that was, but I knew about the charges. The indictments contained 65 counts of felony charges, 6 of which apply to Young Thug. Judge in Young Thug trial continues proceedings after Brian Steele arrest. The dispute that reportedly led to Steele's arrest on Monday, occurred when the attorney approached Judge Genville about a conversation between the prosecutors regarding witness Kenneth Copeland, according to Fox 5. Steele said he learned that prosecutor Simone Hilton told Copeland he could be held in custody until all defendants have their case disposed of. If that's true, what this is a coercion, witness, intimidation, ex parte communications that we have constitutional right to be present for, he told the judge, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and also according to me because I saw it on the live stream. And the reason why he did this, his intentions here, he felt that they should have been present, and intimidation is shady. Like, if he were to do something nefarious, just to be nefarious, that's something else, but his intentions, he just feels there is no other way, and he wasn't aware of this, and he just wanted this to be brought up to the podium about the situation. Steele's revelation led to tense back and forth between attorney and judge. And it did get very heated between the judge and Steele. Back and forth. And then it would die down, then would go back up, and then the other attorneys go and defend him. And basically, another situation occurred where many attorneys went outside of the courthouse during one of the long breaks and stood outside in solidarity with Steele. And then he had 2 attorneys come in the courtroom and defend him. He wanted all 25 in there, but they were only able to bring 2. And those attorneys were Ashley Merchant, who was one of the attorneys defending one of Trump's co-defendants. And there is another gentleman there. I don't recall his name if it was said. If any of you remember or know who that gentleman was, feel free to say in the comment section. So basically, and it went back and forth between her and the judge, and was explaining that he could have a trial because the judge was saying he couldn't have a hearing about it. And also she was discussing the bail with the judge, and it was very heated back and forth, and she did a good job. Some people thought that it was going back and forth and it was getting more and more heated, and I do think it's good that he got another attorney to defend him, and she defended him very well to the best of her ability. And further reading from this article, quote, "I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you? Ganville asked, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, to which Steele replied, "What I want to know is why wasn't I there?" And Steele, many times during this trial, stands up to this judge and doesn't put up with the nonsense that happens. And Steele says that his whole life he enjoyed going to the courtroom and defending clients. And in this situation, he doesn't like this and he's disgusted by it. And I think, as I said, everybody should have a fair trial. And I like Steele, and I think it's good to the moral to stand up for what you believe in. And like someone's willing to die for a cause. It's a cause worth fighting for. And also, it's really wild watching that live and seeing all that unfold. And he will be in custody for 10 weekends. And it's good that, he stood up for his client and that he said he would die for his client. I think that is good. We all would want an attorney like that if we were in a situation. And also, a lot of people were asking about, we're saying in the comments on the stream about, this is not a good look for the state. It's not a good look for him or the DA. It just makes their situation worse. So it was certainly a wild day for sure. And there's one little part I didn't read. Last part of the article. Following his order to have Steele removed for contempt of court, Ganville remained adamant in continuing the trial, despite the protest of Young Thug's other attorney, Keith Adams. "I am not halting nothing," Ganville said, per the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Ganville added that information leaked from the prosecutor's meeting was a violation of the sacrosanctness of the judge's chamber. And that's all for that article. So I do think we will see as time goes on how this goes, and I think that it's ridiculous what goes on. That, like, say you got somebody that is just doing rapping, just like a rap artist, and the person is being accused of doing something that they may not have done, and any evidence that's shown, in my opinion, doesn't really point to anything, and it just seems like chasing a red herring. And there's many people that do rap and stuff. Some people are into nefarious things. Some people are just like an actor in a movie. And as I said, many people in the chat, including myself, are on the side of Steele and his defendant and think that this judge is cringe. And even in a hypothetical situation, this individual is guilty, still the judge is really cringe, and there could have been a better judge and DA to deal with this. So, and maybe some of you aren't familiar with these trials and stuff, but I would like to know if any thoughts you will have below about this situation. Like, if you like it, and thank you for watching, and this is all for this video.